The decision by the acting Chief Justice came about as a result of a constitutional motion filed by PPC member Desmond Morian back in July last year, seeking legal intervention for the removal of Felix and Scott. But Attorney General Bassett Williams said the decision was flawed, pointing out that the motive of Chang coming out of pre-retirement leave to make a decision on a political matter was surprising.
And it's improper, really, to treat the Attorney General Chambers in that manner by just suddenly out of the blues surfacing to say you're rendering a decision without giving the Attorney General the opportunity to be heard in the first place, because the matter was not completed by the Chief Justice before he went on leave, because I was not allowed an opportunity to respond to the submissions given by Nandalal.
Chang declared that Felix and Scott are elected members of the National Assembly and that despite their status as elected MPs, they do not hold seats and cannot sit in the National Assembly since their names were not among those extracted from the APNU-AFC list of candidates to hold seats on behalf of the persons named in that successful list. But Williams went into the law books and pointed out this to the media.
If the representative of the list could only extract names not exceeding, for example, the 33 lists and 33 seats that we have, how could it be said that the other members on the list are elected members? And I will show you why. After those names are extracted, and let's use our list, for example, the 33 names, those names now have to be sent to the Chief Election Officer. And the Chief Election Officer shall declare such names in the order of their extraction to be the names of the candidates on such lists who have been elected.
Williams said the government has rejected the decision by the acting Chief Justice.
We reject that decision as being erroneous in point of law, and we are going to challenge that decision. The decision, from what I've been able to garner from it, is that the Chief Justice is saying he wouldn't make any coercive order against the Speaker of the National Assembly, but he expects that the Speaker of the National Assembly would follow his ruling, or etc. And you would recall that we had a similar case in the last Parliament where the Speaker at the time, in the light of what had happened, had refused to, in fact, apply any decision.
A.G. Williams, in describing Chang's ruling as controversial, said it signifies a dot on the administration of justice in this country. The Attorney General also stated that among the options that can be pursued are either to appeal the decision or file a stay of execution. Meanwhile, Speaker of the National Assembly Dr. Barton Scotland told members of the Parliament today that he has upheld the decision by outgoing Chief Justice Ian Chang, who ruled on Friday that Ministers of Citizenship Winston Felix and the Minister within the Ministry of Social Protection Keith Scott ought not to sit in the National Assembly as technocrat. The Speaker explained that this was a direct result of the High Court ruling. He said while he was aware of it, he believes it should be acted upon. Attorney General Bassett Williams told the Assembly that the government intends to obey the court order until it is discharged or set aside. Williams also stated that the government will leave no stone unturned to return both MPs to the House. Basil?